Good morning. Good morning, good morning, good morning. It's Kelvin Hagan. There's some quirk going on with Facebook. I got up, I sleep in late on Saturdays a lot of mornings. And this morning I noticed there had been no Facebook prayer, so I checked in and figured I would come on and pop in late with a prayer so folks that come looking for it can find today's prayer. And then, by the way, my name is Kelvin Hagan if you don't know me. And then my computer was not allowing me to get on Facebook Live with so I went and I grabbed my phone, and I'm popping on my phone now. I see a couple of folks coming in, so that means I'm on, and that's cool. And I'm going to go ahead to my computer, and there I am. I'm going to share it to my Facebook page. But it's all kind of strange. It's so I'm not sure what happened with the person scheduled this morning, because what mine was doing, what it was kind of looking like I was actually on, except nobody was joining in. And then I looked and I realized there was this little circle turning off to the side. And I hadn't been on. So I tried again, rebooted, nothing again. So I figured, okay, well, if we're going to do this little prayer, we're just going to do it on the phone. So welcome anybody that's popping in. I see a few folks there. I'm going to check a few of the messages. It's my joy to be able to do this late, but never too late, morning prayer, because it's always right now, right? And prayer is always on time. So I'm going to give it a few minutes, see if a few folks drift in, even though we are very late this morning. So blessings to everybody that's here. Nice to have you here. And then I'm going to go ahead and grab this. I just grabbed the closest book to me this morning. I'm going to read something from this book, Living Without Fear by Ernest Holmes. And it's a book I started reading a little while ago. And I'm reading it in between all the other things that I'm reading. Including a novel that I'm just reading for fun, which is really cool. And I got to look around my yard for a water supply because my feet got a couple of mosquito bites while I've been sitting here. I'm like, well, that's not cool. So, some folks are joining in. Anybody want to leave me a message? There we go. So I know folks can see me and whatnot. Good morning, Scott. Hi, Jennifer. Jennifer, I am doing magnificent this morning. I've been busy working all week, and today I could have worked, and I'm like, you know what? I'm just not gonna. I'm gonna take the day off. I'm gonna go to a movie with my kids, and I'm just gonna allow today to be today. Thank you for asking. And how are you doing today? Trust everything's going well in your neighborhood. So, I'm in no hurry here this morning. You know, and that feels really good because most mornings I'm not in a big rush, but I am working towards getting out the door and getting to work and doing some stuff and things. Some mornings it's just such a blessing to have absolutely nothing scheduled. Hello, Gwen. You're welcome. Sorry it's on so late. And then when I got on, I had trouble getting on, so I didn't see why the other person was probably having problems. So I'm not sure. But I will mention, you know, anytime anybody notices that there's nobody here on the prayer, because stuff happens, life happens, if you shoot me a message, I can often adjust my schedule and jump in and do it. And it's always my joy to do so when I get to. So, Ah. Okay, so I have not picked anything out to read in this book. I just picked the book. So why don't we just... I'll just start. I'll read it from this part on. It's part 2, page 43, in Living Without Fear by Ernest Holmes. Ernest Holmes is my guy. I just love the way he speaks and the way he writes. And so I'm just going to read this. I have no idea what this says. I've never, I did read this just a little while ago, but I don't remember exactly what it says right here, but it's the beginning of part 2, growing from fear into freedom. Because we're either operating from fear or from love. Those are the two. And everything else that we have are derivatives of fear or love. So I like that a lot. Simple. See, this stuff is simple. When we break it down to the simple truths, it's just plain simple. I was going to say stupid simple, but it ain't stupid simple. It is just plain simple. All right. Ever since the first cell of life appeared on this planet, there has been a continual upward spiral of growth and development, and many manifest forms of life appear to have had a purposive directive factor behind them. This directive factor seems to have had a culmination in man, and even man in the present physical state, no doubt, will still have future refinements. We have discovered much about the physical aspects of living things, we have discovered much about the physical aspects of living things, but about that apparently unique phenomenon in man, his mind, we still have much to learn. What it is, what it can do, and the potentialities latent in it are hardly yet recognized. However, the appearance of mind in man, in people, the ability to think, is the most recent and cumulative expression of the purposive action of life. Well, I'm glad you got here, Catherine. It would appear that for the most part, man is still in his infancy in developing the use of his mind. The mind has been given to us, but what happens to its growth and development is largely an individual undertaking. Ours is the responsibility to use it and unleash its limitless possibilities. It is in our proper use of potentialities of the mind that rests our power to release ourselves from fear and discover a new freedom for expressing and experiencing that greater joy of living which is rightfully ours. Releasing from fear. It's always a choice. I can choose to sit in fear, or I can choose to allow the love that is just always operating inside me, the joy that is always operating inside me. So some of y'all know me. I do the easy peasy threesy. Easy peasy threesy. Without complicating it, keeping it nice and simple. You want to come back to this now moment? Your breath. You want to step out of fear and into love and joy? Your breath. Take a few breaths. Take a few breaths and know. And know that here, now, everything is perfect. And when I take those 3 breaths, I settle back into this now moment. When I focus on my breath, I'm focusing on something taking place right here, right now. I don't need to think about my breath. I don't need to think about what my body's going to do with the air I'm taking in. I can just breathe. And yes, I'm a little distracted. I think I'm getting some mosquito bites around my ankles, and it is definitely pulling me into this now moment in another direction, in another way. But what it's given me an opportunity to pull back and just focus on being right here, right now, with us in this Zoom, not this Zoom room, in this Facebook room. So, only two feelings. I remember having a discussion with Reverend Michael once. It was really neat. We were talking about emotions and feelings and these things. And he tells me, Kelvin, there's only 2 feelings. There's love and there's fear. And we're talking about it, and he's telling me that all the other things that we have, things that we think are feelings, that are emotions, are what we turn that love and that fear into. Those things are then colored by our race consciousness, something that might have happened to us when we were a child, something that might have happened to us today. All these things layer on top of what's real, R-E-A-L. So, fear and love are the only 2 feelings. Anger, hate, all these other things, these are emotions that we turn fear into. And then we have emotions that we turn love into, which we have happiness. We have passion. We have so many different things that we turn the feeling of love into. And we're having this conversation, as he explains to me, and it's making so much sense to me. There is only love and fear. Period. I'm either operating from love or fear. And then I'm walking away, and as I'm walking away from him, he goes, hold on a minute, Kelvin, wait a second. Just scratch all that. I went, what? And he goes, just remember this. It's all love. Because even fear in all its emotional derivatives is just a very low vibration of love. Because everything is love. Because love is life. Love, beauty is God. Love is God. So he threw this major twist at me. But if everything is love, that when I am feeling and operating from fear, all I need to do is raise my vibration of love, like turning on a light in a dark room, and fear goes away. Because fear cannot exist where love is. That was an interesting conversation I had with Reverend Michael that day, though, and I will never forget it. And it comes back to me all the time. It comes back to me because I step away from the fear and back into the love, and suddenly, no matter what's going on out there in my life here as a human being, I'm able to find joy, find laughter, and be here now. So easy peasy. By the way, easy peasy is a nice expression I make, but I do like to point out that it's very simple stuff, but it is not always just easy. And let's start my prayer now with an easy peasy threesy. Okay? I don't have a bell with me today because I wasn't prepared, so we're just going to have a donk. I am so grateful for this morning. I'm grateful for the one day of the week that I get to sleep in, wake up when I wake up. I'm grateful that when I woke up this morning, I got to lie there in gratitude, thinking of all the blessings that I have in my life, right now, right here. I'm grateful for Agape and the opportunity that Agape has given me to grow and expand myself into more of who and whose I am. I'm grateful for knowing that there is nobody out there like me but me. I am grateful for all the things taking place. I'm grateful for all the students in the classes that I teach. I'm grateful for all the people that I work with as a handyman. I'm grateful for all the practitioner clients that I have who come to me and I get to be of service. I am grateful for the crows that come down and eat the food I give them every day here in my backyard. I am grateful for life in and around as everything. Because that's all there is. Life is life, and it is everything. It is everything. It is everywhere. There is no spot where God is not. I love that. It just feels so good to say that. Say it with me. There is no spot where God is not. It just flows, and it's so true. The simplicity of it, the easy simplicity of knowing that there is only God. There is only one thing taking place. There is only life, and life is life in everywhere. This thing called life is phenomenal and ever expanding and never changing, ever growing. Because life, all it creates is life. Knowing this to be the truth of all things, I look at me and I know that when I'm looking at me and I'm in the mirror there, that's the eyes of God looking back at me. Because I am what God is. God is what I am. The amazing omnipresence of God is here as me. It's here as us. It's here as we. It's here as each one of you. We are. We are what God is. We are what God is. And we get to declare this truth out into the world on a regular basis. We declare it by looking and seeing the eyes of God looking back at us in and as everybody we see. So the way to express myself as God is to see God in everything, everywhere I look, everywhere I go, every eyeball, every breath. So I declare right here, right now, that I am the living, breathing life of God, that we are. Each and every one of us here is the living, breathing life of God, the perfect healing machine. More than a machine, the perfect healing being that God is, we are. So right now I call forth perfect healing in the lives of each and every one of us, here now and here later and here ever. Perfect healing is taking place inside the life of God, and that is where we are. Therefore, perfect healing is taking place in our life. Perfect healing is taking place in the lives of the governments all over the world and the societies. Perfect healing is taking place. Perfect growth, perfect learning, perfect expansion, because God is the expanding perfect life of all things, creating life. I refuse to be held back, to be held down by the fears created by my own separation that I have an illusion of. Like looking at a TV, I can just turn it off. I can turn off the illusion that I am not the perfect life of God. And I can know that as the perfect life of God, all things are provided for me at all times. That each and everything that's taking place in our lives is taking place for a specific reason. That each and every one of us have contracts with each and every one of us. These contracts are there. These soul contracts are here. And each and every person we see when we walk down the street, when an eyeball looks at us and somebody smiles and we smile back, we have fulfilled a piece of that contract with our souls, within our beings, within our oneness, with God itself. So I do not deny the human aspects of suffering going on around the world, but I do know that everything that is taking place for us to grow, to learn, to expand, to become more of who we are. Just as each one of us individually can become more of who we are, we can expand and become more of who we are as a society, as a people, as the one life being on this planet, here, this small dot in the Milky Way galaxy. So insignificant and yet so significant in the whole scheme of things are we, as the living, breathing life of God. Today, I get to be me. Today, you get to be you. Today, we get to be we together. So today I go forth. Today we go forth and we radiate this beautiful light into the world. We radiate this beautiful blessing into the world. We take this blessing of oneness with all things that we know that we are, and we express it out to the world as love, as joy, as laughter. We bathe in the abundance the way a fish bathes in the water of life all around them. We live in the gratitude of knowing that we are the all that is. I am that. I am that. We are that. It feels good. So I give thanks. I give thanks for the crazy simplicity of these words, the crazy truth of these words, the vibrant life of these words. I give thanks. I give thanks, and my thanksgiving raises me up yet again. And I let it go. I release it. I release all that fear. I release it by shifting and changing it and allowing it to be the love that it is underneath it. I release it. I let it go into the big oneness of all things. I just let it go. I let it go knowing that all growth is releasing what isn't and holding on to what is. So I let go of all that is not the truth of God in me. I let it go, and I say, and so it is. Amen. Wow. Feels good. Let it go. You're welcome, Kelly. And so it is. Hi, Mark. There is no spot where God is not. So not a lot of people are on here live because it came on really late. I hope some of them have it pop up for them later on. Also, come on over and check out agapelive.com. Got all kinds of things happening at Agape this pretty often. And come on over to my page on Facebook. I'm Kelwin Hagan. I got my book club posted, and sometimes there's some stuff going on there. But mostly, just know this. I'm an Agape licensed spiritual practitioner. Part of my vows to me was being available to others. So I post my phone number all the time. People can call me. Call me through Facebook. You need a prayer? You need to talk to somebody? Give me a call. We can set up a session. We can do a prayer. I'm here. I'm here for we. And Agape is here for we. And please, if you live anywhere near town, or if you're not in town, go to Agape. Go to another spiritual center. Get out there in the world and be live. Personally present. The world is an amazing place. Every day I get amazed by something. Usually many somethings. And some of the best somethings that I get amazed by are right down here inside of me. I find them by releasing the fear, releasing the doubt. Doubt is just fear. Releasing the fear and allowing the joy in my heart to express as me. I get to do that. I get to. And you can get to too. Take a breath. I get to breathe. Laugh. I get to laugh. Cry. I get to cry. Love. I get to love. Experience the pleasures of human life. I get to experience the pleasures of human life. I get to. So the next time you say something like, I have to, just shift that. Say, I get to. What a privilege it is to be on this planet and get to live any amount of time that I get to live, that we get to live. So, I know the prayer was late today, but prayer is always on time. And just so that you hear it at least once from somebody today, hear this and know it. I love you. You are loved. I love you. Peace.